and against a literal translation, right? If I say, I don't know, I mean, control your mind, or Arjuna, control, I want that the reader should know which word is there for mind in Sanskrit. And you can do in both translations. You can check my literary translation against the original Sanskrit and the literal Spanish translation. Because I think that the Spanish reader should never lose track of the Sanskrit original.
Could you tell our viewers that how Sanskrit, being a language, is having a great influence, on the people overseas?
Well, because Sanskrit is a language, it has at least 5,000 years of written history. No, I mean, that's a very long period, And again, Sanskrit is a language, I do really believe the civilization, for me, it's an opinion, of course, many people will be, but I think there is no civilization like the Indian one when it comes to study human nature. And Indian civilization has been studying human nature since the time of the Vedas. Sanskrit is a language of ahimsa. Sanskrit is a language of karuna. But Sanskrit is also a language of yoga, of meditation, of mindfulness. There are still so many things in the Sanskrit language that the West is using to his advantage. See, for instance, mindfulness. Mindfulness has become such a big business in the West. And mindfulness is a concept taken from Pali and from Sanskrit. It's sati, called in Pali, it's smriti, called it's attention, So, what I mean to say is that Sanskrit still can give answers to many of the problems that we have today. And especially two problems that we are facing. Addiction and depression. Sanskrit is very good. You have a lot of psychology in Sanskrit, lot of you say spirituality, lot of techniques to improve your well-being, and that's why there is a lot of interest for Sanskrit, because Sanskrit can still give a lot to the modern problems, and that's why I always say that to my Indian friends that you are a privileged people. You know Hindi. I had to learn everything, and I had to put a lot of effort. When you're in such a culture,
you had to start from the scratch.
From the scratch. When you are in such a culture, please take advantage of it and see what Sanskrit has to offer to you. Okay,
Mr. Oscar, are there any particular themes or ideas which you find specially relevant to Spanish?
Well, we Westerners, we always pride ourselves that we invented the modern world, democracy, human values, human rights. So I think we should recover Sanskrit as a repository of human rights. That would be very interesting, You know that the first criticism of death penalty